Hello and welcome back to round 2 coverage from the 2024 European Open. We've got 9 holes left out here at the Monster on a very quiet and calm early morning for this lead card. You're watching JomezPro with Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, and Paul Ulibarri.
On the front 9, we saw Paul McBeth really show why he is the experienced veteran here, vying for an opportunity to win a major and break the tie he has currently with the great Ken Climo. He's going for his, is it 18th major title, or is he going for his 19th? He's going for something that's so many that we can't even count. Chris Dickerson hanging right there behind him, one shot back, followed by Burr, Antala, Wysocki, and several other major champions right there on his coattail. Bogey for in the front 9's the way to be. We have a little bit of issue for Randon Latta, but some holes in the back 9 that can be problematic for some, and if you step up, you can gain a lot of strokes here. Hole 10's not one of those holes, though.
Yeah, it's a par 3. It's 279, and I think it's the probably only musket on the course. It's a musket, and there's trees everywhere.
Yeah.
It's very uncomfortable, but there is a specific line all the way to the hole, so if you throw the correct shot, it won't hit anything.
That's
and
correct.
You'll know it 8 feet out of your hand.
That's correct. It's a little overturned.
Yep.
But if you missed your gap by 5 feet, it's better
Wow.
than missing by 5 inches.
Wow, yeah, that's a great result.
That's the perfect line. That is absolutely perfect.
Yes. Need some love. Didn't get it. Thing came out quick, too.
Andrew, early, late kick, way right.
In a golf store.
Pretty good zip.
Yeah, I think a more difficult shot than he made it look. Found a gap through there.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Nice.
Come
putt.
on, this guy's putter is unreal. Sipping. Again, that's right on the pole. I love his form. Hips open.
Nice.
Chris walks away with the birdie. Perhaps missing his drive by a bit, but ends up with the 2. And looks like Randon will be the only par on the card after that big hit. Ooh, a bit shaky. That big hit from Andrew Miranda. I got to give a quick shout out on the front 9. I didn't say anything about it. To Daniel Davidson, who, after a shaky first round, ended up shooting 7 under on the front 9 during round 2 to bring things back under par.
It sounds impossible. That's just such an amazing stretch of golf.
No, it's the best front 9 of the field. And considering the course record is at 8 under, that just tells you how impressive that front 9 really is.
Hole 11, par 3, 499 feet. This one is attackable, but you really have to get out the big driver. You have to hit a thin line, get some turn as a right-hander, and then sweep it back left. Pretty incredible birdie.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, you got 2 options. That option on the left for a flex, but I feel like the pure line is this right option. But it takes a ton of power.
Yeah, that's my worry, is that not that many guys can reach C1 down the right side.
I watched Laurie, Leighton, and just pummel it down there to bullseye.
That's awesome.
Lowry has the hottest start I think this course has ever seen. I was hearing about this yesterday. One time big slip from McBeth. But one time Lowry started 10 under through the first 11 holes.
Oh, my goodness.
Course record still 8 under, by the way.
Yeah, take that, Davidson. A lot of holes probably have changed, more OB a little bit here and there, but still hot start. It's a good shot there for
On the front nine,
Andrew.
I talked about Randon's power and how he's comfortable going through these lines. I like his opportunity right now to step up and throw a great tee shot and give himself an opportunity for birdie. Now, this is just the type of holes that he thrives on. And look at that, all the way up there. That's inside the circle.
Yeah.
It might be, yeah.
That's fantastic. And trying to flex the shot. That's going to be a long putt to stay bogey free for McBeth. Oh, come on, Chris.
Super nice.
Just kind of set it in there, didn't he?
It's just his wheelhouse from that range where he gets to pop the nose up a little bit. His patented wobble. Just give it a little bit of width, a little bit of height, a little nose up, and let the disc just do its job.
He's
So
carrying the
good from that range.
torch. He's carrying the torch for all the wobbly putters of the past.
Oh, and McBeth off the chains on the right side, so he will take his first bogey. And just fell out of his hand. You could see the visible frustration right now building up for Randon. Just things are going in the opposite direction right now, and you hate to see it.
What's frustrating is when you get to a course like this and the putter leaves you from 30 feet, because that's where you're going to be most of the
Yeah,
time. We just saw
totally.
McBeth, same spot, has to make a longer-ish putt to save a par. Randon's been landing there the last few holes, hasn't been able to really make them. The putter cannot fail you on a course like this. It has to be your strongest part of your game.
Do you ever feel like we talked about this a little bit during the practice round, but I feel the same way at Northwood Black as I feel here. When I have an opportunity from 30 feet, it feels more important than at any other course. Like I feel like I find myself buckling down and trying to focus more on those because they're just so important, because it's so difficult to get to that point in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, on courses like this, it's just hard to get anywhere in the circle for a birdie, and those are the ones that, you get a little more nervous on when you have those, and it's just part of golf. There's certain strokes for some reason feel more important, and that was one of them for Randon.
Now you're looking at the par 5 U-turn, 805-foot 12th. Just got to go straight mid-range here. Try to get past that last anthill on the left side of the fairway.
For me, I think it just comes down to, on a course this difficult, obviously you have to throw very special shots.
Perfect.
Like that one, to put yourself in position. There's nothing special about a 30-footer. So when that is what lets down this shot that you felt like was a really, I got to tell my mom about the shot I just threw, like a special throw. And then you can't pay it off, it's easy that just works its way into your brain. That's fantastic.
Whoa. Going hyzer around the corner. That's such an aggressive play. The second shot's going to be relatively short, and you can't really get much more than just a pitch around the corner, but that was a huge drive for Miranda.
Wow, using all the fairway here. This could be
gonna
even bigger.
Yeah.
Wow, it's too
Oh, no. A lot of action.
It's going to be a tough stance, but the distance isn't going to be the problem for Randon on that second shot. It's just about accuracy and not out driving the fairway a second time.
Oh, this is
That's
bad.
a big mistake. Surprising to see Paul. It's a pretty wide fairway. Surprised that he's trying to swing it around the corner maybe a little too much.
Well, A, I'm surprised he found his disc, and B, I'm surprised the cameraman found him.
Stay out of
Yeesh.
there.
Oh, still up. Very
feel like-
important shot.
I feel like that was a good place to kind of get to have some sort of straight shot. Yeah.
Oh,
Like he had to swing straight, so it made the fairway really big. So
Yeah.
it took the accuracy level that you typically have to be from in a pinch spot like that and made it way easier.
He's back in position to potentially save the par.
That would be incredible after the tee shot. Oh, come on. Splitting the trees.
Done that a couple times this round. Wonder if he'll run through there.
Oh, no.
Just begging for a break at this moment.
Just one of those rounds, man.
Yep.
You aim and you're like, surely I'm not going to hit that middle tree.
Yeah.
I haven't been accurate all day. I'm missing left or right for sure. Wham. Straight back.
And look at how soft Andrew has to throw his second shot.
So a little softer would have been
Yeah,
nice.
softer would have been really nice, and I don't know if he's going to have a play for the green at all now.
The
Oh,
hole is basically a U-turn, and thanks to physics, that lends itself to some little short, pitchy shots because you can't really wrap it all the way around. This is maybe going to go into that relief area.
I think from the basket he could get to where his drive landed, and I think from the tee pad he could get where his drive landed, but you can't get from where his drive landed to the basket. You have to be disciplined to just get around the corner.
I think you thought he hit that guardian coming in.
He already had his hands on his head, bracing for impact, but instead he's going to have about an 18-footer to save the par after that first tree kick. Pretty incredible. And it looks like if Andrew doesn't get up and down from the woods, he might even gain a stroke on somebody who threw the best drive we've ever seen on the hole.
Chris stopped by the stump. Gonna have to earn it. That was going to scoot forward a little nicer. Technical little Anheuser forehand here for Randon. Looks a little low, potentially. No, it's fine.
Gets past the stump. That's
Yeah.
good.
Beats the stump. You got to love that.
I think this next putt for Randon is very important. It's only about a 25-footer. Plays
Yeah.
like a 30-footer.
Couldn't agree more.
Gotta see one just go in.
Andrew's got a nervy little putt there for his par.
So he was beyond the relief area, maybe.
Yes. Well, yeah, it's hard to tell from that spot there, but there is a relief area left.
I think he must have been. Otherwise, he would have clearly taken it back to the fairway edge. Chris a little short, so the stump wins that battle.
And Andrew is indeed going to take a bogey from the ideal drive. That is a big-time letdown. And Latta scrambles for his par.
Good putt.
Yep,
Like-
sees one go in.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you, Paul, 100%. That was a big putt for Randon right there. And McBeth from first tree kick to par himself. That is a good save for the beast.
I feel like the next 4 holes are the most critical stretch of the course. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? I feel like these next few par 4s and 5s are kind of where the wheels can come off or where you can maybe make a huge charge, because making birdies on these holes is just not something you see that often.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2-stroke swings on so many holes in this course, but these next ones, there's only a little bit of out of bounds. Yet the lines are so specific that you can certainly lose 2 strokes or 3 even just by being a little bit off your mark. So, yeah, I mean, you have to be very controlled, yet you can't do it just with layups. I mean, you still have to throw pretty aggressive tee shots. Otherwise, you're never going to be in position.
935-foot par 5. The best shot would be a right-hand backhand with a little bit of turn, heading towards the pond and then swinging back to the left. Not too much left, though, because there's actually another OB pond over there, a very small one on the left side of the fairway.
Looks like Chris is wanting to do the flex play, put it on the anhyzer. Looks a little high for my liking, like it might push to that. But hey,
Yeah.
a little anthill help. Randon just trying to get all of it.
Whoa.
Oh no.
That's not the result you deserve.
You still are in great position for a birdie.
A reach out forehand, a lean out forehand is what he's going to be left with.
He's taking care of about 475 feet already, though. So I think you got, although it's not perfect, we're not going to see a highlight eagle.
Yeah.
He's still in a great spot.
And to your point, Nate, the back nine being so difficult, hole 1 is still the most difficult hole in the course, but 17, 11, 13, 15, and 14 make up the next 5 of the 6 most difficult holes on this course, which is regarded by many as the most difficult course in Europe.
So yeah, this is that 13, 14, 15.
Yes,
You're saying
yes.
all 3 of those
That
are
is
in the top 6 most difficult.
4 through 7 in difficulty.
That's why I feel like this stretch is really where your money's made.
Is this the hardest course you guys have ever played?
I think Northwood Black still has that title, but that's just because there's too many tiny trees that are right on the edge of the fairway that just pull you into the rough. And so you just find yourself getting a double bogey when you're so close to getting a birdie or par.
They're both so hard. I think those hardest holes at Northwood Black are harder than anything here.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, under par, you're still happy with it on either one of these courses. I think I probably prefer this one, but I do think Northwood maybe can be a little bit tougher. Hard to say.
Yeah. Depending on what your definition of tough is or difficult.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a world where I could live where I'd be like, all right, guys, it's a Tuesday. Let's go play Northwood Black Golds. For fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I could see myself doing that here.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
You know
I think
what I
that's
mean?
the difference between getting your butt kicked and liking it and getting your butt kicked and not liking it.
And Northwood is in my top 5 favorite courses.
Yeah, and
on tour.
It's a great tournament course. It's just maybe not my casual course forte.
No, maybe hole 12 for a day.
Yeah, just run it back. Just 18 times, play hole 12.
I'm saying play it once and then go
okay.
home.
Yeah, go home. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Andrew throwing his third, a high stall, trying to get over the wall. And it's going to have to put that hot putter to the test once again from edge of C1. Randon from the left side wood line.
Oh,
jeez.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Kind of got out there.
But,
Look out.
That's the one to miss. So
Kind of a bad
frustrating.
miss. I'm
It is.
gonna tell you guys
Yeah.
right now. That was wide open to the left-hand side.
We can see in his reaction, he's pretty shocked that he made that mistake. Birdie is right there for him from that position.
And I personally like this play better, just because you're not going so vertical and up. A lot of ground play gets tricky on this green, sucks you into the right side a little bit. And that anhyzer keeps you on the left side, makes that green way bigger.
And Randon, good forehand approach to 15 feet. Beth will have that for par. And Andrew trying to get a good stance. This for his birdie.
Good try.
Oh, no.
Oh. I believe that putt was to overtake McBeth for first place. Let's take a look at scores here in just a second, but opportunity there with McBeth missing that easy approach and Chris throwing the good approach.
Plenty of frustration to go around on this hole. Everybody kind of had their moments here where they let a shot slip.
Everyone was in position.
Yeah.
Everyone was in position. I mean, Randon had a trickier shot after his second shot. Didn't quite find the fairway, but
Yeah, he was pretty hemmed up.
you got to find a way to get a birdie with that big of a tee shot on this hole. You're cutting out so much distance off the tee, and every player can be walking to 14 just thinking, come on, I could have done one of those shots better. But that he didn't actually need that putt to go in. Chris just has the one-shot lead over McBeth currently.
building a lead then.
Yeah, that could have been a little padded.
Yeah, 14, really tough par 4. I mean, tee shot so demanding, super tight gap, and then somehow you have to land it in the middle of that little really tight end of that fairway. From there, you have to go around all this mud-looking stuff. That's sand. That's
Sand.
a lot of bounds, so you have to cover that. There's also that, what is that? Some sort of fake, like, wall-looking
Little fence.
Yeah.
fence? Is that
Looks
what
like
it is?
Rick's going to
Yeah.
take a
Oh, he's taking it
take a
on.
crack at it.
Oh, he gets through. Come on. Oh, look at that. Just taking his chances. And, you know, the holes in that man-made fence are just big enough that even if you do hit it and you stay close to it, you can poke a putt through there with an opportunity to make one. But
Yeah.
Ricky doesn't have to worry about that one today.
So we're calling that a fence.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best word I've got for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Man-made barrier?
Yeah.
I
I like that better.
I'm calling it a
I mean, imagine.
bushcraft fence.
A bushcraft.
Bushcraft.
Okay.
All right.
Imagine just a little tiny, like, 12-foot wide fence that just starts, never finishes in your yard. Is that
I'm
still?
probably ripping that out, honestly. It sounds like an eyesore.
Ooh, I like this from Paul. Good pace, good angle, right in the middle. Can't draw it up much better than that. I personally love those barriers, if you will. I think that there should be more obstacles like that in the woods on courses in America.
Oh, bad kick. I think it makes good sense. Courses get easier often with time if
Yep.
you're not doing anything to extend pin positions or tees. You know, courses get played and they get beat in, and trees get knocked down, and so that's a way to combat that. Make sure that the integrity of the design remains.
And I just think it looks better than like a lattice fence that you can buy from
Sure.
the big box stores. I like the man-made nature to it.
Randon hugging a tree there. Doesn't quite get himself clear. Wow, this... Can he really... He can't be going for the green from here, right?
No, I just
No,
think he's
okay,
just trying to get around the corner and maybe give himself some sort of opportunity to go over the fence, or maybe a hyzer second shot or third shot. Big shot here for Andrew after the pitch out second.
This looks great.
Oh my goodness. Nearly sends it in for the birdie from 300 plus on the flex line.
What a shot. Over OB right there. If he
Wow.
catches any of those branches,
Oh.
it could fall in the out of bounds. Nearly hits metal. One of the best shots of the day so far.
Great recovery. It's not even the best shot we've seen in the hole. Just remember Simon's lean out yesterday. That's got to be one of the shots of the tournament. And Randon just having to play for the bogey now. He's going to be losing another stroke to the course and to the field.
What a drive. This is the garden spot. See if Paul can collect a birdie. This looks a little shy of the corner. No, it's good.
Yeah.
Just gets around.
Perfect height there. Bullseye hit for Randon. He will secure the bogey. And Chris hoping to save his par.
Nicely done.
Yes.
It's a scary little area in the middle of the fairway where Chris just was. I worry about lost discs in there. Just that one area that they leave tall, because you could throw it in there from a blind spot.
It is gnarly in there.
Glad Chris found his and was able to get out.
That's a great save for Andrew. Just terrible position after the tee. Really not much promise after the second shot, but he just came up, dug deep on that third shot, and delivered a gem.
Yeah, I don't think you're seeing too many pars from that drive.
Not at all. McBeth with a textbook, absolutely textbook birdie. Pretty clean spread of birdies to bogeys, but the double bogeys are really what makes hole 14 so difficult. You get off the fairway there, left side is just death. But we don't have to worry about that hole for another year. We'll see it again next year for the World Championships.
This is another super tough par 4. 719 feet. Good bit of distance. You got to turn it down this road. Big backhand turnover is the best play. You have to get so far right before the angle opens up for you to push over the water and attack this green.
This went from the second most difficult hole in round 1 to the 5th most, but it is still got plenty of teeth.
Checking in with Gannon Burr. Cruising.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, turn the camera around. Why don't you?
Wow.
I'm not going to put that one on Josh. Josh is not on chase card, so that's not on him. That's on DGN crew. They should know better. Gannon Burr's throwing, go down the fairway.
Not the greatest approach.
That was so far.
Not too much putt left for him.
Never turned back.
He does make good, though, on his birdie. There were 10 more birdies in round 2 than there was in round 1. Gannon got it both rounds, though.
Wow.
2 down on 15 is spectacular. So you see how to play it. Can McBeth match the line?
Nearly.
Yeah.
But that's a big difference. That little
Great
fade out
drive.
makes a big difference.
It's going to be a super tight inside hyzer from there.
Almost forehand and hyzer, I feel like. It's just the angles, maybe they're there for the backhand, but it's going to be tricky.
Big kick left for Chris.
Oh, boy.
Into the area of the FPO tee. Good shot, just a little too flippy. Wasn't able to hold that line as long as you might like.
I'd like to see just a tiny bit higher if you want to get that. If you really want to hit the sweet spot. Like that's about the height you're looking for, but just a little too inside there for Randon. Struggles continue.
Stand still forehand guy.
And he's got an opportunity to get one down the fairway and potentially have a look for the par.
All right, Andrew. Very inside. Out hyzer. This is going to be...
Uh-oh.
Well, it needed to be a flippy disc, and I think he did pick a flippy disc. He just pulled it, and I don't think that's going to stay in bounds.
Should be out of bounds fairly early.
Yes.
And Chris just reserved to take the bogey. Still got work to do to get it, though. Clutch approach shot would go a long way for Randon right now.
Really nice.
McBeth just unable to get aggressive from there, just pitching up.
Smart play. That's a practice round green light go somehow. Across that corner, but knows what's at stake. Doesn't want to risk 2 shots for the 1 shot, I think.
Chris has still got to make one from 25 to 27 feet for the bogey. This is just such a pesky little approach. Just a tight enough gap to make you pucker a little bit. But McBeth goes hyzer to avoid the trees and throws a great one.
So was he safe?
Yeah.
Wow.
Had to have been safe.
That's
Wow.
really fortunate.
Holy moly. I didn't see the OB graphic go up, and I just thought it was maybe on our crew that's working so hard to edit 2 videos today. Maybe they missed one, but Andrew Miranda gets away with a bit of a shank on his second shot.
Chris did just miss one of these, so nice to see one go in again. Okay, now we're getting into...
Yeah.
He really needs to hold on to those strokes. 3 under after 2. Still really good score. I'm going to hang on to that.
Fine.
You can get to 2. 1 under, 1 under. When you get a little worse than that, you're putting yourself so far behind the 8 ball.
The course does give you a little bit of opportunity on the 16th. It's quasi-eagleable, but it's also one of the most birdied holes on the course. So it's just a great opportunity right now for Randon to dig deep and get that score going in the right direction.
Yeah, gonna have to put a Band-Aid on it. 932, you said eagleable. I agree. Straight down the chute here. Take your fastest, farthest flyer if you want. Or you can just kind of go chip, chip, chip. Chip to there, chip around the corner somewhere to here. Sidearm approach or backhand turnover. You are seeing guys get into this area with really, really great shots.
Just like every hole out here, though, any little falter in your precision, you find the edge of the woods, just the edge. That's going to take you out of position, make the shot difficult enough that the birdie can slip away from you quickly.
Look at
McBeth.
this move.
Yeah, trusting that right side with a flip up as well. Past that lone birch in the fairway, and that's just in the prime spot. Great drive for McBeth.
Yeah, that's green light go, because he's got the sidearm to go for it, I feel
He
like. from
does,
there.
man. He's really been showcasing that this season. Tons of power.
It's going to come out.
Looked like it was going to at first, but just being on the edge, like Nate said, it's going to be hard to get the power he'd like. That being said, the second shot is so far downhill that if you're able to crest that hill and stay in the fairway, you should be able to find a way to attack the green on the third.
I don't think that's good. I think you would have rather been in that stuff on the right. You can definitely get more down the fairway, I feel like. Must be a little breeze out there or something.
Yeah,
a lot of the same mistake.
Mm-hmm. It seemed like a lot of those last 3 shots all pulled a little bit to the right.
Well, they all got on Anheuser, and Paul's never did. His just flipped up to flat and pushed.
Just barely on the edge. It just forces you into the standstill. There's just no room for the run up, no room for the arm swing, and you generally end up in the woods again when you have to do those things.
That's right.
Yeah. See what a run up can do for you? That thing's way down the fairway.
Yeah. And stays just out of the woods.
And that'll be just fine for Chris. You can see that red stake back up the fairway. That's 100 meters. So Chris will probably be somewhere in the 260 range, methinks.
And this is one of those holes that's
Oh.
so frustrating when you know you're not getting the birdie.
Yes.
It's just like, this is the one I was waiting for. I marked it on my scorecard. I'm getting a birdie there.
That was a good pitch out from Andrew, just to avoid all that birch forest. It's so thickly congested in there. And here it is. Here's McBeth's forehand.
Oh, and he slips.
Even with a little slip, he's still got a pretty short zone approach, I would imagine. It would have been great to see that thing get full flight, though. Oh, come on.
Yeah, nice shot.
What a scramble.
Yeah, split the tree. Got away with one. That's stealing a par from the course. Read him his rights.
Nice little bounce over the wall there for Chris. He's got about 9 meters left for the birdie.
Good little sidearm turnover. Nice touch. Right into the bullseye.
And Randon will be grabbing, I believe, his second birdie of the round.
Needs it.
And meanwhile, it's been a little slow for McBeth lately after grabbing 4 birdies in a row in the early stretch.
I'm sorry, but that's not a good approach.
But he can. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't step out and throw the forehand. Bit surprised.
All can be well if you can knock this in.
Yeah,
There.
Beautiful putt.
Looked a little too easy.
Nice birdie. He wasn't as tucked as I thought when he got that kick to the left side.
Yeah.
Sometimes that hurts you from getting all the way around the corner.
Obviously, in a situation like this, I have the right to remain silent, but I just have to say, great par from Andrew.
And we got to give a little shout out to one Lauri Leitanen, who had a tap-in 6-foot eagle.
I want to see that.
I wanna see it too.
Incredible.
He also birdied 11, that monster 499-footer in the birch forest. So Lowry impressing us in many ways today.
From top competition to the new players. From supporting women to funding new courses. PDGA Europe is much more than competition. Visit pdga.com/join and grow the sport.
Hole 17, par 4, 630 feet. Very, very tight gap. Got to throw some power through there and get out to the long side of this grassy area to open up the angle to attack. Up here on top, you're trying to throw a turnover or a forehand all the way back up this hill. And like we alluded to earlier, this is a scary green for the putter. A lot of slopes on all sides of the basket. Checking back in with Gannon Burr, who is charging.
Oh, come on.
Just destroying branches.
Oh, come on. With that kick, that should not be in the fairway. That was incredible for Gannon. Well, that's a little more like it there for Niklas.
That's perfect.
Good thing Gannon got that little limb out of the way for Niklas.
Got so far that he's just got a little putter turnover here. That's nice.
Well, that's perfect.
Wow. You'd be happy with that result from 60 feet.
That
To be that close to the basket, much less
that is incredible.
from nearly 300 blind.
Let's see if Niklas can follow suit. You'll never see it done better ever in your life
Wow.
than those two right there. Again, and obviously a bit fortunate off the tee, maybe very, very fortunate, but the approaches just cannot throw those better. Right on the other side of that mound is nothing but danger.
Crucial gap to hit. Oh, baby.
Beautiful shape.
I think a little short.
Yeah, but I
of
mean,
it's great gap hit,
Yeah.
but he's going to have to play a pretty extreme turning shot to reach the green.
do you think he'd take that every time?
Him? I think no. Me? Maybe. But yeah, I mean, I
Like,
think
just you've hit the gap every time. You're in this spot. You don't ever have to worry about it.
yeah, sure.
Ask
There's
me
something
after
to be
the
said
approach.
for it.
Ask me after he throws his second shot.
Yeah, let us see how he likes that second.
All right.
The forehand suits this hole so well, but just getting right cuts so much off on that second shot. Just pushed a little too straight, and now we've got some danger.
Oh no, this is terrifying.
Oh, boy.
Wow, what
Whoa.
a shot.
What a shot from Donnie.
That was awesome. Had to be about a 3-foot gap.
Oh, man, that'll make you feel good regardless of how the round's going. Hitting a gap like that can instill confidence.
There's a trick shot.
That's perfect. I think
Mhm.
he's
Yeah.
going to set himself up for basically a straight shot to the basket.
Yeah, the only time you really get to practice those is with bad shots.
Yeah.
It's funny. So true. Andrew gets out the gap, and that should be a pretty stock approach. Sure, he probably practiced that spot at one point during his practice rounds after a good drive.
Okay, I'm going to say Paul will take it every time. This is not quite as pinched as I thought it would be.
Is it a bit wide?
Yeah. I'm still thinking he'd like another 50, 40.
But every time for the
But
rest
if
of your
you
life,
gave him the option to have
if anybody
that shot,
doesn't
you're
take
taking,
that,
you're taking away
lost
bogey.
it.
You're taking away big number.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, this is the green where a player in the field earlier in the event, now, albeit during one of the worst rainstorms anyone's ever seen, was putting for a par and took an 11. So this green is pretty diabolical.
Way to stick with it. That's what I say.
Just keep going, baby. Just keep sending them.
Typically, at any point, you can just kind of toss it up there, but he's like, nope, we're going to battle.
I came here for a reason.
Yep. Chris lays it up to that spot and
Oh, boy.
throws a pretty good shot. Bit outside the bullseye, but you'll take that.
No way he's
Paul
thinking
doesn't
getting
care.
Oh,
aggressive.
he's going.
Yeah, he doesn't care about slopes and 11s. 11s are scared of Paul.
Oh. That's a good point.
See?
Yeah,
a good
stops for him. Needs to sit.
No.
Oh, boy. Another big one for Randon.
Looks like it might have sat.
Yeah, if Chris is up next, Randon can't make much farther than 26, 27 feet. A good par save for Chris. Oh, boy. Do you think McBeth has ever taken a pro double-digit score?
Yeah.
Yes. Didn't he take one on that?
I feel like he took one at the USDGC
The
one year when he
U-turn
was
hole?
hurting. U-turn hole where?
Santa Cruz? I think I remember him taking like a 10 there.
Oh, boy.
Probably at
18.
USDGC at some point.
Yeah, I'm guessing. That's usually the place that gets everybody at some point.
Yeah, but I think it was the U-turn.
A little par 3?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he took it 10 there.
Bogeys for Andrew and Randon. Pars for Chris and McBeth. We're holding it down at the top still. 11 under is such a good score through 2 rounds on this track. It might seem like they're not enjoying or they're not thriving, but, I mean, they're in the lead. Gannon Burr right now, he has 8 under through 17. A chance to shoot course record if he gets a birdie on 18.
I like his chances. I mean, 18's got to come in as one of the easier holes on the
Yeah.
course.
Yep.
It's right in front of you, 351 feet. Obviously, you need to be very accurate. You need to find that flat spot around the last mound where the basket is up on top of. That gives you a chance to make an inside circle putt. Scary one, but inside circle nonetheless.
I think the important part about this shot is it has to start drifting, and his has. It has to start drifting right at some point.
Yeah, beautiful.
If it's flat and it looks great, that's when it highs or fades
Yeah.
down the hill.
Yeah, or just goes long.
Yep.
Looks like Chris is thinking flex.
But I like it. Or do I? Oh, yeah. Maybe. No.
I think you love it.
Yeah, I love it. See, it got going right. Though.
Yeah, he forced the issue. Make sure it goes right.
Well, it gives you a chance because then as it flexes back, it can grab a little piece. Too.
And it takes the energy out of the skip as well.
Uh-oh.
Is it going right at all?
Stat
Looks like
correction,
it's
guys.
Coming down.
The man's name is
Wow.
the Eagle on 16, Lauri Hamalainen, not Lowry Leighton. I
Ooh,
apologize
good
to Lauri
catch.
Hamalainen
Good catch.
because that is an incredible Eagle and you should be awarded via shout out on Jomez.
Drifting right.
Wow.
Oh, baby.
Great shots.
And while I'm at it, I take back my congratulations, Lowry Leighton. You don't deserve it.
Get good.
He's still got the other 500 footer.
Okay, that's pretty good.
All right. Chris in first after 4 phenomenal drives here on 18.
Very nice.
12 under.
That's solid.
Great play through
Yep.
2 rounds.
Back-to-back 6 under par performances for Paul.
Get to 4 under.
Oh, no way. It's been a tough day. But we don't need to see that.
Stayed on the top.
That's
That
fortunate.
is-
That
wow.
is so fortunate. I thought for sure that would be gone.
This
Yeah.
is tough. This is a tough putt after that one. That's a way harder putt than you can describe unless you've been in that situation.
Good birdie.
A memorable experience for Andrew Miranda, I imagine. First major appearance ever is that he's on lead card with Paul McBeth and Chris Dickerson.
He just gets to stay there,
Yeah,
no matter
and
what he shoots.
doesn't
He
matter.
just gets double dose lead card action for how good he shot the first round.
And now you're going to play in front of some fans when we move over to Nokia in the afternoon. Better weather forecasted.
Yep.
It's the place that everybody thinks about when you think about the most people you've ever played in front of.
Yes.
It's over there at the Beast, so that's going to be exciting for those young guys to hopefully hit some big shots in front of perhaps 1,000 or more spectators.
Well, obviously, don't pay attention to the lead card graphic there. That is what our lead card would look like if we were switching things up and moving things around. We won't be doing that, but what we will be doing is taking a short break and coming right back over to Nokia across town and playing round 3, moving day over at the Beast. 2 rounds remain here at the European Open 2024.